Hi, welcome. So I am Alix Wheeler, certified life coach, and I'm your hostess for this video of today. So today I wanted to talk to you about a concept that I see very often in my clients when I coach them, and the same in my life, which is the idea that, or the feeling rather, it's not necessarily an idea, it's the feeling that we are running in a rat race. So rat racing is something that looks like we are chasing an illusion. We are hunting for something better, most of the time for happiness. Yeah, so our mind is very much into wanting this future happiness. And what we focus on, though, is that right now it's never enough. Yeah, so we are always only looking at that gap between what we want, which is much better, versus what we don't have enough of right now. So what does that lead us, and what is kind of the symptoms, right? So that you know whether you are running your own rat race. I'm sure you must feel it. When we are in that energy, which is of not enoughness right now, it almost feels like we are a leaking bucket, right? There are holes everywhere, and we just keep on trying to fill it up, more water in, so that it fills up before the water flows out. And the way we do that is by doing more things. Yeah. Therefore, the idea of a rat race, you just keep on running without really looking left, right, and center. Should I stop? Should I still be running? Are there obstacles in front of me? You just go. And that leads you to put more things on your list, more things on your to-do list. Oh, and I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do laundry. I need to pick up the kids. I need to do more work. I need to answer to that person right now. I need to make food, etc. Always more to do before I can do something else. That's one symptom. When we are always in that mindset, it means that we only focus on the lack of. Right? Everywhere what we see is that there is not enough of order. There is not enough of me answering emails. There is not enough of the kids doing what I want them to do. Not enough of, the work going well, enough clients, enough whatever. But we will always look at the gap. Yeah. And what that will create, the combination of both of these, is an absolute exhaustion. I mean, physical, mental mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion. I'm not even talk about the spiritual one. I mean, generally, we're not there at all. We're very much in the now, in the physical world. And therefore, that'll lead us to feel drained, obviously, because it's like we can never do enough. That's the idea. So you exhaust and you drain yourself. Unfortunately, and that's why I really wanted to talk about it today. Unfortunately, when we stop being in that rat race is when we are either on nervous breakdown, we are on the verge of exhaustion, something really, kind of life-altering happens in our life or in the life of others, we get sick or something like that. I don't want that for you. You don't need to get to that point to live a different life than the rat race. Because the rat race is very linear focused, right? It's like you have one objective and it's that one. And I'm going to go, 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 go. Without even checking with yourself how you feel right now, whether it's still the objective that you're interested in, whether you actually like your objective, whether you like what you're doing, what you're creating, how you're being with other people. Yeah, you press, boom, the autopilot button and boom, you go. And you feel exhausted on the way to it. So to help you realize whether you are in that rat race and rather help you realize what is your version of the rat race, because a lot of us are in that rat race, and the society we live in, the always want more, definitely triggers that for us. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions. And the way I do that, and I love to do these videos, is on running you through what would be my answers so that you can start, taking it for you on how does that relate. So ask yourself to define what is your version of the right way think. Ask yourself, is there an area in my life where I feel super rushed, where I feel like I need to do more, where I feel like I can't sit still, and that I never have enough results, I never have enough stuff done, right? For me, that was my family/private time at home. When you come off work, you come home, I could not sit still. I was always doing something, always being myself around. I had that sentence of, but just one more thing. And then, that one was really good. And then start asking yourself, so what's the feeling that you're having in your body? Is it frustration? Is it rushed? Is it anxiety? Is it nervousness? Is it anger? What it is. For me, it was definitely rushed. And what that would look like when I was in that rush at that point of my life is that I slept too little. I was always busying myself, as I say, negative self-talk, because I never thought I was doing enough, as I was focusing on the lack. I was not present at home. And the reason I was in that state of mind and in that emotional rat race is because I was thinking resting is a waste of time. Yeah, so no point to rest, obviously, because when I rest, I could not take my list. What that created for me, what my version of the right race was, is that I couldn't appreciate and value the time that I did have. Yeah, so I was just proving myself true, right? I was thinking resting is a waste of time. I did not rest. I was exhausting. I was putting more and more, meaning that physically at one point we need to rest, right? We're not machines. So at one point I was completely disconnected and putting myself in some kind of yeah, just to survive. So for sure, I would not appreciate whatever I was doing, valuing it even less, and whatever I actually had for me. That was one example of my right race, just so that you start to see what that would look like for you in an area where you feel rushed, anxious, never enough. Really try asking yourself the question that I've asked here. Yeah. When you're in that mindset, how do you know? How does that show up? How do you feel? What are you thinking when you are in that mindset? I had that for work. I had that for the kids. I had that for many, many areas of my life. That's just one of them. So now what I want to help you do is, now that you have realized what a version of your right race could look like, not to blame, not to judge. That's not the point of what I'm doing here with you. The point is to bring awareness and then to show you that there is a different possibility to live out there, and whether it's something you want for yourself, and then help you get there. So therefore, now that you have a bit more awareness on what is your version of the right ways, let's look at discovering what you are really after. That's one thing that I love to do in coaching, is to use whatever event, whatever, experience, hurdles that my clients have and that I have, as a source of understanding and of exploration for what is it that I actually need behind. What is that behavior? What is my reaction telling me about what I need and what is important for me? So even in the worst, exhausted, drained place, when we're out of it, we can learn so much about what we actually need, and therefore how to get it instead, and feel so much better. So I'm going to ask again, a few questions, and then help you identify what you're really after. Okay? So I'll fill it up with you. So as you can see, it's the same events, the same what I call circumstances. If you don't know what circumstance, thoughts, feeling, actions, and then results are, you can listen up to my podcast, Unconditionally Podcast. You can find it on your podcast provider or go on my social media as well at Alix Wheeler Coaching. I talk about it quite a lot. Bottom line is, all of the events that are in our life, facts that happen in our life outside of us, we have a thought about it because we are human and we have a brain. So our brain is going to have an interpretation of it. That thought, that interpretation, which is unique to you, is going to create a feeling in your body. From that feeling, you're going to take some specific actions, and the sum of those actions are going to create the results in your life. In other words, your perception of what's going on in your life is going to be reflected in what you create in your life and the actions that you take and how you feel. Therefore, understanding the thoughts, which is what we do in coaching, is so, so key. That's what we do together, right? Uncovering all the thoughts that are deep, hidden underneath, and that just feel like just part of you. More facts. A lot of the times, those thoughts feels more like facts than actual thoughts that we can question. Facts we can't change, we can't question. Thoughts we can. That's the beauty. All right, so let's do this. Let's build this little model together. So again, take the same area, right, that you had before, where you feel that you are running in that rat race, okay? And then just see. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that I'm not jumping, too far down and then losing you. So have a think about what that rat race is, and mostly like try and think about when you will be so imagine you are running that race, like you are literally on a race, right? Generally at the end of a race there is a prize, okay, to the winner, for the winner. And that's what I want you to imagine for you. What do you expect unconsciously the prize to be when you get at the end of that rat race? What would be the prize for you? And generally, that will be a feeling in our body, because when we are at the end of the rat race, imagine, you're running, and then you're at the end, so you can stop. So there will be a relief at the end. Definitely there will be a relief. What that relief will be for you is key to understand, because that's actually what you're really after here, okay? So for me, that the relief that I felt, like when I was talking about resting is a waste of time, or family private time at home, like when I'm at the end of that time at home, when I've done all of those things, and I've ticked all of the boxes, and I can finally rest, I'll be like, the feeling that I will get will be calm. Definitely. If I picture myself winning that race, I'll feel like, oh, okay, I can rest now. I'm calm. So that's what I'm going to put here. Okay? Calm. Try and sink in with you. How would you feel when you win your race? Then, and the calm, it can be a lot of the time it's peace, it's confidence, it's self-worth. It will be feeling adequate, feeling worthy. It will be that kind of generally feeling that you actually search for. And then ask yourself, what will you then be able to do when you win that rat race? It's not easy to pronounce for French. So what will you only then allow yourself to enjoy or to stop doing? Ask yourself that. For me, I have definitely, when I project myself at the end of my rat race, I'm feeling calm, then I can rest. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. I can rest, I can chill, I can look after myself. Look after myself. And what else would I do generally? I will definitely not beat myself up because I'll feel like I've done enough, right? So I will have no reason to beat myself up. So no negative self-talk. Yeah. And I will enjoy being there. I will enjoy the present moment. That's what I would be able to do. Enjoy the present. I hope you can read my writing, yeah? Enjoy the present moment. There are other things, but bottom lines, that's pretty much that. So that's what I will be able to do in my mind. Without obviously feeling guilty. Because it's most of us where we feel like we can't enjoy the present moment because we're always thinking we should be doing something else. But imagine you've won that race, there's nothing else to do. You can just chill and relax. Now, let's try and understand why that is important for you. Because that will indicate what you are unconsciously after. And you might think that what you are unconsciously after is more time, is a better work, is a different partner, is kids that respond when you ask them something, is more money. We always think that it's the circumstances and more things that we're after, but it's not really. It's the feeling that's going to provide us when we're going to get it. So ask yourself, when I get there, right? When I won that race, what will it mean to me? Or what will it mean about my life? And you can fill in the blank, like when I won that race, it means that I am ... or it means that my life is ... Yeah, and I mean, ask that question, they're so good. For me, when I won that race, it means that I am enough. I am enough. I have done enough. Yeah, there's something along those lines. But that's pretty much that. That part is the key part of all of that video, right? Is understanding what that thought is, what that meaning will be when you get to the end of that race. And then, therefore, what you can see is actually what we have created is a little view on what you actually want and what you actually need. Because, I mean, for sure, what you're not actually after, if I ask you, do you want to choose before that? You have the choice, yeah? You can have thousands of choice. You can choose before going after that race or that race. Which one would you go after? No one is going to say, I want to feel more rushed in my life. Find me that person, please. You're going to say, I want to feel more calm. I want to feel more peace. I want to feel more fulfilled, whatever that is. So that's the part that you are actually after and that you're craving. Because when you are there, what it will create when you take those actions, because you think I'm enough, the results that you're going to create in your life is actually you create more abundance in your life right now. More abundance. Yeah, because you have enough right now. Yeah. Therefore, you do think that you're enough and that anything that you have is enough. That's the beauty about this exercise that I've just shown you. I hope that really makes sense. Because then, that's the great news. When you have that awareness that the only reason you are in that rat race is because you want to feel more calm, because you need more calm in your life, because you need to take those actions, Like, trust yourself that if they come up here, it's because you do need them. It's not because they're fancy or because, you know, you're lazy or you're weak or something like that. No, it's because you need it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be running that rat race. So the best way to actually go along in life and enjoy the process and enjoy your life as you go and achieve things and, you know, get to run some kind of a race if you want to, but run a marathon, don't run a sprint. Or don't run a marathon like a sprinter. The best way to do that is to already tell yourself that you are enough right now. Is to already feel that calm. And it's to already focus on how can I look more after myself? How can I rest more? How do I stop talking negatively to myself and enjoy the present moment? What do I have enough of? To do that, you can definitely watch my previous video or listen to my previous podcast episode around how to be more present in your life. That will definitely help you do that as well. But understanding what you're really craving for is absolutely key to get you out of that rat race, because then you won't even need and want to be in it anymore. If you already feel calm and if you already feel you're enough, why rush? So that was it. I hope that was helpful for you. And I hope that the questions I've asked and the approach around how to identify what the rat race is, what your current rat race might be, and then how to discover what you are really after, what you're really craving, so you can give that to yourself now, is something that you're going to try in your life. Because I can tell you, I used to be rushed, exhausted all of the time, never enough, always complaining, always beating myself up. I've stopped. I've completely stopped. Not by magic, not because I'm special, just because I've been using all of these tools and looking at what I actually need and focus on that, not what I think is good to do or what people expect me to do, but what I actually need. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and let me know your thoughts and your comments, and please share my video if you liked it to anybody who you know is also running a rat race and they would love some help. Take care. Bye-bye.